Good morning, sixth graders. So this is the solutions video for the math warm-up. Hopefully you jotted these down on some paper, or maybe you have a whiteboard. If you have a whiteboard at home or anything more fun to work math problems on, like feel free to do that when you're doing practice problems, or we're gonna have a serious paper shortage. Sorry, I'm distracted by looking out my front window. I'm like a dog, squirrel. Oh, so somebody walked by. Okay, so anyway, I'm going to go over, I put these on whiteboard. So hopefully you remembered that this, when you're evaluating an expression, you're trying to come up what is the answer, what's the solution to them, if they tell you what n is. So n divided by 1/2, you just had to go in and substitute 4/7 in for n, right? Okay, so I went ahead and wrote them on here so I could work them out for you guys. Again, we just have to deal with the glare. I wonder if my pink pen will work okay. So if you tried to skip around a little bit, you may have ended up making some mistakes, but you know how I am about showing all the steps, so I'm going to show all the steps. So the first thing you should have done is substituted in the 4/7, okay, to your expression. Try not to skip steps because you may end up making mistakes. It's a little blurry. Okay. So what did you have to remember about dividing fractions? You had to remember the keep, change, flip, or you guys like to say KFC because it makes you think of chicken. Keep, flip, change. But I like to say it in the order. You keep the first one, 4/7. You change it to multiplication, and you flip this to its reciprocal. Reciprocal. That's a hard word to say. Okay, and then you just simply multiply across. But is that in its simplified form? You always have to simplify. You always ask me, do we have to simplify? Yes, you have to simplify. So 7 goes into 8 one time, and your answer should have been 1 1/7. So if you got that one, yay. Okay, so let's do the next one. This time I'm going to rewrite it and substitute this one's multiplication. I don't have to do any flipping because it's already multiplication. If n is 3/8. So I hope you paid attention to the fact that this one was division and you had to do the keep, change, flip. This one you do not have to. Okay, so then you just simply get to multiply across. But before you multiply across, remember you can simplify before you multiply, which if you didn't and you still come up with the same answer, that's fine. You might have simplified at the end. But I see that 3 and 12 have a common factor of 3. I know 3 goes into 3 once and 3 goes into 12 4 times. So now I can multiply 7 times 1, which is 7, and 4 times 8, which is 32, and there's nothing else I can do to simplify this one because they don't have any common factors. So number 2 is just 7/32. I think that's how you say that. Okay, so 1 1/7, 7 over 32. Okay, here's our next 2. Okay, this one, I threw some mixed numbers in, good review to see how much you remember. First thing I'm going to do is substitute in my value for n that they gave me. I'm going to rewrite it with my 3 3/4. Oops, that 3 is kind of messy. What did you have to do first? Hopefully you remember that you really can't do anything until you turn these actually into improper fractions or fractions greater than 1. So I need to do some switching up. I need to do turn this into an improper fraction. So 6 times 3 is 18 and 2 more is 20. So now it's 20 over 3. Remember, you keep the same denominator. And I'm going to go ahead and leave it as division because if you try to skip a step, actually, you know what? I'm going to write it below it because I'm going to run out of space. I'm going to write it below here. 20 over 3 divided by 4 times 3 is 12 and 2 more is 15. Okay, now I'm going to do my keep, change, flip. Did I do something wrong? Why is that not right? What did I do wrong, guys? Oh, this is a 4. This is 4ths. Okay. I'm not starting the video over. Y'all can just wait for my awkward pause. Okay, so this was 4th, so I completely messed up and didn't keep my denominator the same. So it's okay, we all make mistakes. So then I see that both 20 and 15 have common factors of 5. So 5 goes into 15 3 times. 5 goes into 20 4 times. Then when I multiply across, 4 times 4 is 16. 3 times 3 is 9. That is not in its simplest form. Its simplest form would be 1 7/9. because 9 goes into 16 one times with a remainder of 7. So for number 3, you should have gotten 1 and 7/9. Okay, last one. Let's see if I can do it without mistakes. Okay, so first thing I'm going to do is substitute in my 3 2/3 divided by 1 1/2. I'm going to rewrite this with improper fractions. 3 times 3 is 9, and 2 more is 11 over 3. Keep my denominators correct this time. 2 times 1 is 2, plus 1 is 3. Okay, so I rewrote it. Did I keep my denominator straight? Okay, good. Now I'm going to do my keep. Keep the first one, change to multiplication, and flip to its reciprocal. Oh, I didn't change it. Flip it, Nancy. Okay. Keep, change, flip. Remember, you only do keep, change, flip if it's division. If there's no need to change it to multiplication if it's already multiplication, like number 2 was. Was number 2? Yeah, number 2 is already multiplication. Okay, so now I can't really do any simplifying here. So I'm going to go ahead and just have to multiply across. 11 times 2 is 22. 3 times 3 is 9. 9 goes into 22 2 times. That leaves me 18 with a remainder of 4/9. Oops. So you should have gotten 2 and 4/9. So there's your warm-up. How'd you guys do? You can comment below and let me know how you did. Again, let's not try to make other people feel bad who didn't do good. Just say, I did okay, or I got to practice my fractions, or that was good. I did good. All right. I'll see you guys in the next lesson. Bye.